Indo Mim holds the world's largest installed capacity for precision metal molding. They have spent decades building technical moats that are incredibly difficult for competitors to replicate. This business is now going public, looking to raise $400 million at a $3 billion valuation. That prices the company at 45 times its projected earnings. Institutional interest is driven by a clear leadership position. Indo Mim currently controls 7% of the global market for metal injection molding. This map shows the scale of their footprint. They operate 15 manufacturing facilities across North America, Europe, and Asia to serve customers in over 50 countries. However, the financial filing shows a different side of the story. The company is facing significant margin compression, a heavy reliance on Chinese raw materials, and several governance flags regarding how they handle cash. Retail investors must weigh that 45 times multiple against the fact that promoters have been drawing significant cash from the balance sheet leading up to the offering. This is a dominant operational company wrapped in a highly questionable financial package. Indo Mim integrates with its clients early in the product lifecycle, designing specialized tooling and molds alongside major global manufacturers. As this infographic shows, capabilities now extend beyond metal injection to include ceramic injection, precision machining, investment casting, and 3D printing. These serve high-barrier sectors like aerospace and medical. Because of strict qualifications, these parts often stay in production for 5 to 10 years. This creates deep customer stickiness. In fiscal year 2026, repeat customers contributed over 91% of the company's total operating revenue. To maintain growth, they've diversified away from high-margin defense work into consumer and automotive sectors. But this shift has impacted the bottom line. While driving 15% revenue growth, gross margins steadily declined. This line chart shows a drop from 73% in 2021 to 53% in 2026, driven by lower margin contracts. Consequently, operating margins compressed to 25%, where management expects them to remain. Sector diversification makes the revenue stream more resilient, but investors are asked to pay a premium for a company whose structural profitability has decreased. A major investment thesis is the China Plus One trend, positioning Indo Mim as an alternative for Western manufacturers moving away from Chinese production. The revenue data supports this, showing that over 43% of their sales come from North America, with nearly 20% from Europe. But while the customers are in the West, the raw materials are still largely sourced from the East. This table highlights the import dependency. In 2026, nearly 61% of all raw materials were purchased from outside of India. The essential metal powders and polymers required for production are predominantly imported from China and Japan. This reliance creates operational risk. Betting on a China Plus One alternative that depends on Chinese raw materials exposes investors to potential supply chain blocks. Beyond the supply chain, the internal handling of capital prior to this IPO raised several red flags. Between fiscal years 2024 and 2025, the promoters took 650 crore rupees out of the company in dividends. During that same period, the company had negligible operating cash flows. They took on 500 crore rupees in fresh debt to cover basic capital expenditures while the dividends were being paid out. Promoter remuneration also increased from 18 crore to 90 crore rupees annually. This now accounts for 15% of the company's total profit before tax. These massive cash outflows make it absolutely necessary to look at how effectively the remaining capital is being used for growth. Indo Mim spent 2,000 crore on capital expenditure over 3 years, but their profit after tax declined from 598 crore to 534 crore. Spending heavily while profits shrink indicates weak returns, with post-IPO return on equity projected to drop near 15%. The primary proceeds of this IPO are designated for debt repayment, effectively asking new investors to backfill the holes left by years of promoter dividends. Indo Mim is an A-plus operational business, tied to a high-risk financial and governance structure. Whether this IPO makes sense depends on which of these two paths you follow. For short-term traders, institutional demand could lead to an initial gain, but a strict exit strategy is mandatory. The 45 times valuation leaves no room for error. For long-term value investors, the more cautious approach is to wait for post-listing price discovery. Waiting allows you to see if profit margins actually stabilize before committing capital at a premium multiple in a capital-intensive industry. Indo Mim is an engineering leader, but the financial structure of this deal leaves very little value on the table for the public investor.